Hello, good evening. Time now is 8 p.m. You are joining the Atlanta News First Plus stream, purely focusing on the first alert forecast. A lot of weather to talk about, and a lot of weather to be, we'll say, enjoyed when it comes to the weekend and to plan around when it comes to the next 48 hours or so here across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Again, thank you for tuning in. I am First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin. At any time, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, a reminder that we are streaming across many platforms. One in particular is a good conversation point, and that's going to be Atlanta News First YouTube page. Again, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, just search Atlanta News First on YouTube. If you are perhaps watching on another platform, mobile device, your cell phone in hand, go to the YouTube app and you can search our account, give us a like and a follow. We would love that, and you can be alerted to streams just like this one and breaking news and all sorts of content streaming out here from the Atlanta News First Plus desk. But that's also a good place to have your questions heard and read and answered here on this particular stream. Again, thank you for tuning in. And it appears that, unfortunately, if you're watching on YouTube, you wouldn't see it. We are set back to private. We're going to have to change that here live in the moment. So bear with me here. It's going to be kind of a slow start here for the YouTube feed as we are stuck on private. Let's see. I know it's somewhere in here somewhere. Let's see. Bear with me. There we go. Now we are public. We're good to go. Actually, we may have both done that at the same time, but we should be good to go. Hopefully, if you are watching on the platform, again, thanks for bearing with me. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the first alert forecast now, and a reminder that occasionally I'll be checking the YouTube comments and seeing if anyone has any questions, comments, concerns. And what do you know? Technology is just not our friend tonight. Also having trouble with our weather graphics. We'll work on loading that up for you here in just a second. Unfortunately, no weather graphics. Wonderful. Tuesday vibes, right? It's middle of the work week. You know what? We're just going to throw up the 7-day forecast, give you the taste. The extended forecast here until we can get weather graphics to work. But it looks like slowly internet access might be returning. Hopefully, we're going to be able to move these graphics here. It looks like we're catching up finally. Again, though, that's a 7-day forecast. Primary focus is Wednesday and Thursday, both first alert weather days. And because of the risk of a relatively singular line of showers, thunderstorms, heavy rain, and the risk of severe weather moving back into North Georgia and impacting Metro Atlanta as well as we get into Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, wee hours of Thursday morning. So I'm going to give you a 12-hour or so window. I think 6 or 7 p.m. Wednesday through 6 or 7 a.m. Thursday. That is a time period to watch. That risk of severe weather, though, primarily between Wednesday evening and maybe 2 or 3 a.m. on our Thursday. By the time we get into the drive time Thursday, some improvement in the forecast. Again, bear with me here. Thanks if you already have been. It looks like internet access is improving just a little bit here. Perhaps yes, perhaps not. But again, we'll work through it. We'll get through this stream. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, a reminder, you can always reach out on social media, Facebook. You can reach out on Twitter and ask your weather questions if you need a little bit more of a clarification on the forecast. Unfortunately, we may be lacking a few visuals in the stream tonight because of what appears to be a pretty terrible internet connection here on our end. Hopefully not affecting any audio. Again, this evening already first alert weather day is in place. It has been raining since this morning. In some places it's been raining all day. Though the Metro did get a little bit of a break mid to late afternoon as we got into the evening, though, and you can see first alert radar screen right. There we go. Showers moving their way back through Metro Atlanta, North Georgia as well. So it's already damp out there. Relatively low impact, though. We're not tracking the risk of severe weather this evening. In fact, not even any thunder nor any lightning out there this evening, but we still have some damp conditions, especially right now zoomed in on this particular map. That's going to be South Metro, and it is raining pretty steadily. It's not heavy, but we have sprinkles, some light rain in the first alert forecast through the next maybe 2 to 3 hours, top of the 10 o'clock hour or so, and then as we get into mid to late evening, we are expecting a gradual drying trend to take hold of the first alert forecast. So overnight tonight, don't plan on being woken up by rain and lightning. I heard rain last night, about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. It was steady enough to kind of wake you up a bit. Not the case tonight. We are trending drier, not trending wetter in the first alert forecast. Unfortunately, you know what we're going to have to do? We're just going to have to hopefully be able to change this up and use our website to give you the forecast, because I just have absolutely very little control over weather graphics. Again, as they say, this is a live stream, live TV, crazy things happen. Maybe we can get it to work now, at least temporarily. Hey, we'll stay with it as long as it's hanging in there by a thread. That's a live look outside, top end of the perimeter at Georgia 400 at I-285. We're looking back southbound. Normally, you could very easily pick out that Buckhead, that Midtown, that downtown skyline, but pretty obscured. It's there a little bit, in the distance. On this particular stream, you can make out maybe barely Buckhead there, so we have some lower visibility. First alert weather app, if you have dinner plans, maybe after dinner plans, now that it's 8:07, a great tool to have. Temperatures nearly steady through the evening. That rain chance has ramped up. If you watched us at 3-4 p.m. this afternoon, it was relatively dry in the metro. Now we have widespread light rain falling, and that will be in the forecast to about 10-11 p.m., but trending drier in general overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Out the door, early risers, 4 to 5 a.m. Temperatures nearly steady. Basically, you're going to wake up to temps where they are right now. It's not going to feel much cooler out there in the early morning hours. Then we're going to warm up. Temperatures through the lower 60s, through 9 a.m., and then we're gradually going to be increasing the temperature, warming it up a little bit as we get into tomorrow afternoon. For the morning commute, another thing we're watching here for you is the possibility of low visibility and some patchy, even dense fog. So maybe an extra 5 to 10 minutes into your commute with lower visibility, just something to keep an eye on. I don't think it's a huge issue for the drive-in, hence no first alert, no red light, but you can always wake up with the Atlanta News first team, the morning first alert weather crew, first alert meteorologists Ella Dorsey and Rodney Harris, as well as Courtney Jacobazi, kind of manning the ship tomorrow morning. You can wake up with them starting at 4:30, stream the forecast anywhere you're streaming Atlanta News First Plus right now, and they'll let you know if fog indeed is causing a couple of issues out there on the roadway, but don't anticipate too many problems for the morning commute. And in reality, much of the day is looking okay. We're going to have a lot of cloud cover, morning low temperatures, again, mid-50s, upper 50s outside of I-285, closer to 60 in town. Lots of clouds along with the fog. So even if you're not seeing low visibility and dense fog, I still think more clouds than sun out the door tomorrow morning. Though hopefully a little more sun, day as a whole tomorrow compared to today. Morning lows, even up in the mountains, fairly mild, mid-upper 50s, maybe a light jacket, but some just getting away with your normal shorter, long sleeve t-shirt out the door in the morning. Your work shirt like this one, you won't need too much of an extra layer out the door in the morning. So 74 Gainesville, maybe a few peaks of sun along with that spotty shower chance. And there is a chance of isolated showers late morning into the afternoon. But in general, the risk of rain, and really not in general, this is the case for everybody, will ramp up substantially as we get after sunset tomorrow, maybe 7:30, 8:30 in the evening for our west side. It's mainly an evening and overnight event for the city of Atlanta. So mid to upper 70s, just spotty rain in the early to mid-afternoon. Late afternoon to early evening, those clouds will increase. And if your plans take you west on I-20, maybe if you are driving from Atlanta to Birmingham, you'll be driving into showers and thunderstorms. So that's a first alert, a heads up for you. First alert weather day already ongoing 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And notice where the rain and the thunderstorm activity is at that point. Storms are moving in. So Cleburne County, Randolph County, you're already in the rain by this time tomorrow evening. Most likely showers and thunderstorms as well. Rome, Floyd County, Chattooga County, down into Dallas, Troup and Heard County. So our state line counties, either side of the Alabama state line, likely to be poured on by this point tomorrow evening. Rain showers and thunderstorms, again, shift their way to the east as we go through the course of the evening. Again, hour by hour forecast. Notice by 11 p.m., some of the heaviest rain, 10, 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m., right over the core of the metro. Looking like the strongest potential for strong to severe storms, the greatest potential, I should say, along and south of I-20. That's not to say someone north of I-20 won't get a strong to severe wind gust, But in general, along and south of I-20, the risk of damaging wind gusts 60 to 70 miles an hour, perhaps an isolated tornado and small hail, that's where that risk will be greatest. And we're in the late evening hours now in this forecast model. Notice how we're still maybe tapering down the thunderstorm risk by 3 a.m. Thursday, but still rain in the first alert forecast with at least a scattered shower chance into your morning commute Thursday. So after a night of rain and wet roads and probably some potting of water and maybe even some minor flooding out there on our roads, the typical trouble spots, that sort of rain expected Wednesday evening into the wee hours of Thursday morning. We're still going to be dealing with, especially the early morning commute, that chance of ponding and spotty showers in the first alert forecast. As mentioned, there is a low risk in general, level 1 out of 5 risk for most of severe weather, level 2 out of 5 for Cleveland-Randolph counties and areas further to the south here. Of the city of Atlanta, a low risk of severe weather, severe wind gusts, few gusts up to about 65 miles an hour possibility. Large hail unlikely, not much of a risk of that, but could be some small hail up to about the size of pennies in these storms. That's generally smaller than what would cause any damage to vehicles or cars or anything like that. And yes, a tornado or two cannot be ruled out. All the more reason to make sure you have at least one way to be alerted to severe weather approaching your plans, your activities, your neighborhoods, as we get into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. So one and done. It's not going to be, days more of rain. We're talking about showers this evening, a mostly dry, just a spotty rain chance, daytime stretch tomorrow, a little warmer than today, I think, as well. Kind of gloomy looking, a little bit muggier, but there will be at least peaks of sunshine. And then as we get into Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, wee hours of Thursday morning, that's when that next big push of rain, heavy rain, and a greater risk of thunderstorms, maybe even some strong to severe thunderstorms arrive and really return to the first alert forecast with temperatures in the 70s tomorrow versus, stuck in the lower 60s for most today. Good news, as we go through the day Thursday, it is going to be windy. We're talking wind gusts, 30 to 45 miles an hour, so a windy Thursday. If grounds are saturated, which after a Wednesday night full of heavy rain probably will be, we're going to be watching, typical scenario here in North Georgia, Metro Atlanta. Could get a few trees to come down, even without thunderstorms. Again, the winds expected Thursday afternoon, not thunderstorm related, just a product of the storm system itself. The bigger picture here scenario still spinning away to our north. So it's going to get very, very windy Thursday. A little bit cooler, though sunnier, breezy to windy Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, temperatures back in the 70s and lower 80s in the first alert forecast with comfortably cool mornings. And on a map like this, when you have a morning low of 48 and an afternoon high of 76 in this part of the country and sunshine, that tells me and should tell you, when it's cool in the morning and still recovers into the 70s in the afternoons, that's dry air, low humidity, California type warmth. As we get into Saturday and Sunday afternoons, 50s, 80s, not bad for early spring and sunshine. We're pushing mid-80s, warmest weather so far this season, a possibility. In fact, a likelihood as we get into next Tuesday and Wednesday ahead of our next storm system in the first alert forecast. So again, despite the technical difficulties, we made it to about 14 minutes today on the stream. Haven't seen any questions, comments, concerns come in. Want to remind you that we will continue to keep you updated tonight and tomorrow as new data comes in. No huge changes to the forecast, but exact ETA and departure and what your neighborhood can expect may evolve just a little bit over the next 24 to 36 hours. First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete and I have you covered on Atlanta News First, back on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate, starting at 10 p.m., and then he'll have the late news tonight on WANF starting at 11. And want to remind you, we'll continue to have streams like this one tomorrow morning with the morning crew, again tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. as these storms roll in, and we'll be keeping you updated in the First Alert weather app as well. In fact, First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete back in just a few minutes with a video update, kind of a summary, concise look, about a minute long or so, at what you can expect over the next 2 days as this next line of showers, thunderstorms, heavy rain sweeps through before finally giving back way to some gorgeous weather in the First Alert forecast. So I want to thank you for watching. Keep the umbrella around this evening. Tomorrow evening, a bit more of an impactful scenario as showers and thunderstorms, true downpours, make their way back in from North Georgia and from West Georgia, rather, and Northwest Georgia. So you want to keep an eye on the forecast here over the next few days. Again, thank you for tuning in this evening, and we will continue to keep you updated. We're going to leave that 7-day forecast up for you for just a few more moments. You can always grab the extended forecast at AtlantaNewsFirst.com and in the First Alert weather app. Have a wonderful evening. We'll keep you updated.